Hi, I'm Samantha, a third grade teacher who thought she had life all figured out. Turns out, I was way off. There I was, knee deep in old photo albums, trying to create a killer slideshow for my mom's 50th birthday. My tiny apartment was decked out in streamers, and my boyfriend, John, was lounging on the couch, chuckling at my dedication. Samantha, you're going overboard. Your mom's going to love it no matter what, he said, munching on chips. I rolled my eyes. John, you don't get it. Mom deserves the best. She's done everything for me. As I flipped through another album, something strange caught my eye. Hey, that's weird, I muttered. John looked up. What's up? These photos. The dates are all wrong, and Mom looks different here. I held up a picture of her supposedly on my 10th birthday, but her hair was short. I distinctly remembered it being long that year. Maybe it's just an old photo, John suggested. I shook my head. Look at the date. It doesn't make sense. Just then, my phone buzzed. It was Mia, my best friend since forever. Hey, you still coming over to help with the decorations? On my way, girl. I've got glitter and I'm not afraid to use it. I laughed, pushing the weird photo discovery to the back of my mind. Mom was always traveling for work when I was a kid. It was probably nothing. Later, as Maya and I were hanging a happy 50th banner, she asked, So, did your mom bring you back anything cool from her latest trip? I grinned. A snow globe from Paris. It's so tacky, I love it. Maya laughed. Classic Sandra. Remember when she missed your dance recital because of that emergency in Tokyo, but then sent you that amazing kimono? I nodded, but something about that memory bugged me. Yeah, it was gorgeous. But I don't think I ever saw any pictures from that trip. Maya shrugged. Probably too busy working. Your mom's always been a superhero like that. As we finished up, I couldn't shake this nagging feeling. I found myself staring at the wall of photos, trying to piece together a puzzle I didn't even know existed. John came up behind me, wrapping his arms around my waist. Your mom's going to love this, Sam. You've outdone yourself. I leaned back into him, pushing down the doubts creeping in. Thanks, babe. I just want everything to be perfect. She deserves it after everything she's done for me. Later that night, I slipped into Mom's office, my heart pounding. I'd never snooped before, but those photos were haunting me. Come on, Sam, you're being ridiculous, I muttered, running my hand along a bookshelf. That's when I felt it, a slight unevenness in the wood. I pressed and a panel slid open, revealing a hidden safe. My hand shook as I tried different combinations. Her birthday, my birthday, nothing. Then it hit me, the day Dad died. Click. Inside, I found a stack of documents, birth certificates, 4 of them, all with Mom's name but different fathers. Financial records followed, showing huge sums of money, all paid to Mom. What the hell? I whispered, my vision blurring with tears. I called Mia, my voice trembling. Maya, I need you, now. When she arrived, I spilled everything. Her eyes widened in shock. Sam, are you sure? I nodded, then froze as another horrifying thought hit me. Remember my high school graduation, when Mom was stuck in Singapore? Mia's eyes narrowed. Yeah. One of these birth certificates is dated just days after that, I said, my stomach twisting. Another memory surfaced, my scholarship ceremony. She'd missed it for an emergency in Frankfurt. Oh my God, Mia. Days later, I heard Mom's key in the lock. I sat in the darkened living room, the documents spread across the coffee table. She flicked on the light, and her smile faltered when she saw my face. Samantha, why are you sitting in the dark, sweetheart? Who are they? I asked, my voice eerily calm. Who are you talking about, darling? I held up the birth certificates. Don't lie to me, Mom. Not anymore. Her face crumpled. Samantha, I can explain. Explain what? I shouted, standing up. That you missed my graduation to have another kid? It's not that simple, she whispered. Then make it simple, I demanded. And she did. Every sordid detail. The affairs, the pregnancies, the blackmail. How my dad wasn't dead, just another victim of her schemes. I did it for you, she pleaded. To give you a good life. I laughed bitterly. A good life built on lies? Please, Mom. Samantha, forgive me. I love you. I stepped back, shaking my head. I don't even know who you are anymore. As I walked out, her sobs echoed behind me. My entire world had just shattered. Everything I thought I knew was a lie. I stared at my phone, thumb hovering over the send button. 4 messages to 4 strangers who were apparently my siblings. My head was spinning. "Just do it, Sam," I muttered, hitting send before I could change my mind. The replies trickled in over the next few days, each one making my heart race. Coordinating the meeting wasn't easy. James was in Nashville, chasing his music dreams. Sophia was swamped with finals in Boston. Michael had just started a high-pressure job in Chicago. Only Lisa was local. "We can all just drop everything and fly in." Michael's frustrated voice came through our conference call. "Maybe we should wait," Sophia suggested hesitantly. "No," I said firmly. "We need to do this now, before she has a chance to cover her tracks." There was a long pause, then James spoke up. "I'll book a flight. My gig can wait. I'll talk to my professors," Sophia added. "I'll figure something out with work," Michael sighed. A week later, we all met at a cafe downtown. Walking in, I spotted them immediately, 4 people who looked just as lost and confused as I felt. A guy with shaggy hair and a guitar case stood up. "Samantha?" he asked, offering a small smile. "I'm James." We introduced ourselves, each with an awkward nod. Sophia looked exhausted, with dark circles under her eyes. Michael kept checking his phone, looking like he was on the verge of leaving. Lisa, still in high school, couldn't stop staring at us. "So," I began, struggling to find the right words, "I guess we're family." James snorted. "Some family. Did any of you even know the others existed?" We all shook our heads. "She told me my dad died," Lisa said quietly. "But he's alive, isn't he?" Michael nodded grimly. "They all are." I did some digging. She's been blackmailing them for years. As we shared our stories, a pattern emerged. Sandra, weaving in and out of our lives, always with an excuse, always with a gift to make up for her absence. "She missed my first big show in Nashville," James said bitterly. "Said she was at a conference in Dubai." "My high school graduation," I added. "She said she was stuck in Singapore." Sophia's eyes widened. "That's when I was born." The realization hit us all at once. Sandra's business trips were lies. Every absence, every missed event, she was somewhere else with one of us. "I flew all the way from Boston for this," Sophia whispered, her voice shaking. "I can't believe." "Hey," James reached out, placing a hand on her arm. "We're all in this together now, right?" Slowly, the tension began to ease. We were strangers, yes, but bound by a shared betrayal. Meanwhile, my phone kept buzzing with messages from Sandra, all of which I ignored. "What do we do now?" Lisa asked, looking scared. I took a deep breath. "I think we need to confront her, all of us together." We spent hours planning, gathering evidence, and preparing ourselves for the confrontation. It was surreal, bonding with my newfound siblings over our shared trauma. Later that night, I found John waiting at my apartment. "Sam, talk to me. What's going on?" he asked gently. The floodgates opened, and I broke down, telling him everything. He held me as I cried, my world crumbling around me. "I don't know who I am anymore," I sobbed. "You're Samantha," he said firmly, lifting my chin. "You're strong, kind, and way too good at charades. This doesn't change who you are." I managed a weak smile. "I'm scared, John." "I know, but you're not alone. You got me, and now you've got them too." As the days passed, we finalized our plan. We confront Sandra at her birthday party, the same party I'd been planning when this all started. It felt like a lifetime ago. The night before the party, I sat alone in my apartment, staring at old photos. Happy memories now tainted by lies. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Sandra. "Samantha, please. I love you. Let me explain." I deleted it without reading further. Tomorrow, she'd have to face all of us. Tomorrow, the truth would finally come out. The day of the party arrived, and my stomach was in knots. Guests filtered in, chatting and laughing, oblivious to the storm about to hit. James, Sophia, Michael, and Lisa were scattered around the room, blending in but exchanging nervous glances. Then Sandra walked in, beaming. "Oh, Samantha, this is wonderful," she gushed, pulling me into a hug. I stiffened, feeling my skin crawl. "Mom," I said loudly, my voice cutting through the chatter. "There are some people here you should meet." My siblings stepped forward. Sandra's face drained of color. "Duh, what? What is this?" "This," I said, my voice shaking, "is your family, all of it." The room fell silent. I pulled out the documents from my bag. "We found these, Mom. Care to explain?" Sandra's eyes darted around the room, panicked. Sam, please not here. No, I cut her off. You don't get to hide anymore. I laid out everything. The birth certificates, the financial records. You missed my high school graduation because you were giving birth to Sophia. I said, my voice breaking. My scholarship ceremony. That was Lisa. One by one, my siblings shared their stories. James talked about missed concerts. Sophia about lonely Christmases. Michael about unanswered calls. Sandra crumbled before us, her perfect image cracking. I never meant for this to happen, she sobbed. The first time, I was scared. I needed money. Then it just spiraled. You lied to us our entire lives, Michael said coldly. I love you all, Sandra pleaded. Everything I did was for you. No, I interrupted, my voice steely. It was for you. We were just collateral damage in your schemes. The guests were murmuring, shocked. I saw Sandra's boss whispering furiously into his phone. Please, Sandra begged, her voice desperate. Forgive me. We can be a family. We are a family. Lisa, her voice quiet but steady, said, just not with you. One by one, we told Sandra we wanted nothing to do with her. As we walked out, leaving her sobbing in a room full of stunned guests, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. Later that night, we gathered at my apartment, the air thick with unspoken words. So, what now? James asked, strumming his guitar absently. Michael leaned forward, his face set with determination. I've been thinking, we have a right to know our fathers. I want to find mine. A murmur of agreement swept through the room. Me too, Sophia said quietly. I have so many questions. It won't be easy, I warned. These men, they might not want to be found. Lisa nodded thoughtfully. But we deserve answers. We deserve to know where we came from. For hours, we talked, planned, and shared our fears and hopes. We each decided to begin the search for our fathers, to try and fill in the blanks of our lives and understand who we really were. But as the night wore on, something else became clear. James put it into words, looking around the room at each of us. You know, he said softly, no matter what happens with our dads, we've got each other now. We're family. Sophia wiped away a tear. A real family, not built on lies. We share the same pain, Michael added. The same betrayal. That's a bond right there. I felt a warmth spreading through my chest. We're siblings. Maybe not in the traditional sense, but in all the ways that matter. That night, we made a pact to support each other through our searches, to be there no matter what we found. Over the following weeks, we stayed in touch, sharing leads on our fathers, helping each other heal. I went back to teaching, finding comfort in my students' laughter. John stood by me through it all, his love a steady anchor in my shifting world. One night, there was a knock at my door. I opened it to see Sandra standing there, looking small and broken. Samantha, please. No, Mom, I said firmly. We've made our decision. All of us. We don't want you in our lives. She looked devastated. But I'm your mother. A mother doesn't do what you did. Goodbye, Sandra. I closed the door, leaning against it as tears fell. But these weren't tears of despair. They were tears of closure. The lies were over, and our truth was just beginning. Whatever we found in our search for our fathers, we knew we'd face it as a family bonded by shared pain, but also by love and understanding. The story has ended, but now I have a question for you. If you discovered your parent had secretly raised multiple families and lied to you your entire life, could you forgive them, or would you cut them out completely, as we did? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective.